For the 2022 A3, Audi actually went with a less powerful 2-liter turbocharged motor and a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission. Does this mean it gets better fuel economy on the highway? Let's go find out. Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor. Today we've got the real-world highway fuel economy test of the 2022 Audi A3. This is the all-wheel drive Quattro model, as you can see. In today's test, we're going to head out on the highway and do 50 miles out and 50 miles back, averaging 70 miles per hour to get you a realistic highway fuel economy number for this compact luxury sedan. Before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at it. These fun little door handles. Stick your fingers in there, pull out. Blustery 36-degree, sort of snowy day here. Perfect time to be testing this Quattro bright white Audi A3. This thing is pretty neat. Kind of looks cool. A little advancement of the Audi design language. It's small, not exactly sporty, but it does make for a nice little commuter. If you do want to see more on the A3, check the links in the description. We've got a DM test drive. We've got a sound system test of the Bowers & Wilkins audio system. In fact, I think I'm going to do a members-only test as well. So if you want to see all that, check the links in the description. So why do we do this test? Well, the EPA's highway fuel economy test, which gives this A3 36 miles per gallon, that test only averages 48 miles per hour. Let's see if we can get this on here properly. There we go. Solid. We know there are plenty of people who take their vehicles on long road trips and would like to know what sort of numbers you can realistically expect here in the real world. In order to do that, we're going to head over to the gas station here, fill up, go out and do 100 miles, come back, fill up at the same pump using the same 3-click fueling method, and get a result. A few things to note for today. Outside temperature is 35 now, degrees Fahrenheit. Tire pressures have been set to their door placard, PSI cold. And we're going to run the climate control at 73 degrees auto. All right, let's hop out and fill it up. 9.216 gallons coming out of the first fill. Before we actually start the engine, we're going to reset our trip computer, GPS, and get our climate control set. And we're ready to begin. We do have a few different drive modes here in the A3. We've got Comfort, Auto, Dynamic, and Individual. We're going to run this in, I think Comfort's going to be our best mode for this. We're going to take it nice and easy over to the highway. It's about half a mile away. Pick up the test from there. The goal of this test isn't to hypermile. We're not trying to get the best possible fuel economy number for this car, but rather a realistic number. In order to do that, we're going to get out on the highway here, get up to speed at a reasonable pace, and set our cruise control at a GPS-indicated 72 miles per hour. That should allow us to average 70 over the whole test. The snow is not supposed to keep up. It's supposed to be just kind of sporadic here and there. Come on, Mr. Impala, we need to get going. Apparently this Civic's going to slow way down to 50 instead and let us in. Right, looks like the GPS is a mile per hour or two below the car's trip readout, so maybe 73. Adaptive Cruise Assist is currently unavailable. Okay, can we do not adaptive cruise? I'm going to be really upset if I don't have any cruise control for this trip. There we go. There's normal cruise control. Now this is quite interesting. The A3's cruise control increments are every 2.5 mile per hour. So you got, well, this is right now set at 73.5, but if I go up, it puts me at 75. If I go down, it says 72.5, and then below there is 70. I don't know if there's a way to just like kind of barely adjust it in between there, but maybe I can cancel and then resume again. I guess 73.5 is going to hopefully be our sweet spot. It seems to have us at 71 on the GPS. I don't know. We'll keep an eye on our average speed throughout the test, and maybe we'll have to bump it up a little bit there at the end. Initial highway impressions. Pretty good. I could go for it being a little bit quieter. I've got quite a bit of road noise actually with this P0 all-season tire on here. Wind noise doesn't seem to be too bad though. But I'll kind of let you know more of my thoughts at the end. In the meantime, enjoy this time lapse of the entire trip. Coming into the end of the highway fuel economy test here in the Audi A3, this is why sedans should not be ignored. Because when you're doing higher speed driving like this, cruising on the highway, a lightweight, very aerodynamic sedan is always going to do so much better than a larger SUV, even if EPA testing puts them pretty close, because of the exponential nature of air resistance on a car, as any object really. As you get going faster, sedans are going to continue to do much better at higher speeds than larger vehicles. And the 39 miles per gallon, according to our trip computer here, is evidence of that. I'm really curious to get this thing back to the pump, fill it up, and see if maybe we could even crack 40 miles per hour on our final calculation. Other than that, this isn't an amazing, groundbreaking highway cruiser. It's fine. It's a little bit louder than I would want for this segment of vehicle. Again, if I just be quiet for a second. There's a lot of road noise. You can hear this van's about to pass me here. You'll be able to hear it pretty clearly out of the window. I would think at $45,000 for a luxury sedan, you could get it a little bit quieter. Do we even have dual pane glass? No. Single pane glass in here. So, is that minor? Yes. But is it a consideration? Also yes. Other than that, though, I'm comfortable. I like that this thing extends the center armrest, and seats have four-way lumbar adjustment, good heat. Climate control's been a little bit chilly, but not too bad. Yeah, overall pretty good. So let's get back to the gas pump, fill it up, see what final number we get. Another thing that's pretty interesting about the A3 is watch as I come up to coast to a stop here. Engine's on, but it's going to shut off when I let my foot off the brake. It just shut off. It's like a hybrid. I mean, it's like a very mild hybrid system. But then when I get on the brakes, engine comes back on so that it can regenerate kinetic energy back into the battery. But it is kind of interesting how often the engine turns on and off. Yeah, there it is, shut back off again. Around this corner, it's all off, and then honestly a pretty seamless restart as well. Another cool thing about it, look at that, regular gas. Pretty good. 2.560 gallons going in for our final fill. 102.2 divided by 2.560 is giving us, look at that, 40 miles per gallon, 39.9. And the car's trip computer when we got back here was about 39.3. So, hey man, let's give it the bump. Let's get up to 40 miles per gallon. I'm proud of you, little Audi. That's cool. So again, keep that in mind, you all, when you're kind of thinking, oh, maybe I'll just step up to a crossover because it gets about the same fuel economy. Yeah, that's in the EPA's testing, which again, 48 miles per hour. Get a sedan out cruising on the highway, especially if you're one of these states like get up northern Michigan, you can do 75, 80 on the highway because the speed limit's 75. You're really going to notice much better fuel economy out of a sedan. You go with a German like this, and it's probably going to do better than its EPA as well. 40 miles per gallon times the 14.5 gallon fuel tank's giving you an impressive highway fuel economy range, a highway cruising range rather, of 580 miles. And the last thing I'll say is this is the all-wheel drive model, which gets 2 miles per gallon lower in EPA than the front-wheel drive model. So, I mean, realistically, a lot of you driving a sedan probably don't need all-wheel drive, especially for the fairly low horsepower figure that this has. So if it were me, I would just get front-wheel drive and be getting easily over 40 miles per gallon on the highway. So thank you all so much for watching. If you found this useful, then hit that like. Check out our other videos on the A3 if you'd like. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.